honorable guests, and ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank you for participating to the International Intellectual Property Enforcement Summit in our beloved Athens, and to congratulate all speakers and panelists for their important and informative contributions. It is also a great honor to address you today on an issue of growing urgency and strategic importance, not only for Greece, which is the gateway to Europe for international commerce, but for the entire European Union and the global economy. I obviously refer to the protection of intellectual property rights, a fundamental pillar for innovation, fair competition, cultural expression, and economic development. In recent years, we have witnessed a sharp increase of cross-border e-commerce and digital transactions, both within borders of the European Union and with third countries, and especially China. While this trend offers unprecedented opportunities for businesses and consumers, as international commerce provides for more choice and better prices, it also presents new evolving challenges for the enforcement of IP rights. Counterfeit goods, pirated content, and unfair commercial practices are increasingly migrating to the online space, where traditional enforcement mechanisms often fall short. This is why there is a great necessity to enhance IP enforcement, both at the EU level and internationally. The single digital market should not become a profitable market for IP violators. It must remain a space of trust, security, legal certainty, and fair competition, where all actors across the market enjoy a level playing field and protection of their intellectual property rights. That is our shared responsibility. One of the core priorities in this effort is the enhancement of e-commerce surveillance. Monitoring online marketplaces, social media platforms, and third-party websites is now indispensable to any effective IP enforcement strategy. Various measures are being implemented to this end. Advanced digital tools to detect suspicious activity, AI-based systems to monitor patterns of fraud, proactive takedown procedures, and partnerships with major online platforms to ensure the swift removal of infringing content. But surveillance alone is not enough. What we need, and what has proven to be the most effective approach, is a strategic framework that fosters cooperation between IP enforcement authorities and the private sector. The rights holders, the digital platforms, and the enforcement agencies must work together under shared protocols and mutual trust. Only through this partnership we can detect, prevent, and dismantle the networks behind IP crimes. It is precisely along these directions that the Interagency Market Control Unit, DIMEA, as most of you know it, has been operating since its establishment in 2020 under the political and government guidance of the Ministry of Development. DIMEA has created with a clear mandate to strengthen the Greek state's operational capacity against unfair trade practices and to protect both legitimate economic activity and consumers. Since its foundation, DIMEA has placed particular emphasis on intellectual property enforcement in the digital environment. It develops and deploys digital tools of monitoring and mapping the online market landscape. One of the most notable initiatives is the systematic monitoring of illegal e-commerce websites with a GR domain, leading to significant takedowns and prosecutions of IP infringements. Furthermore, DIMEA has become an operational hub for cooperation among multiple enforcement bodies. Since 2020, it has worked in close collaboration with the Hellenic Police, the Port Police, the Custom Authorities, regional and municipal agencies, and of course with OLAF, the European Anti-Fraud Office. This cooperation extends beyond borders and has led to coordinated joint task force operations that target the distribution chains of counterfeit products and illicit goods. Let me also underline that the contribution of IP right holders themselves has been crucial. DIMEA maintains open channels with associations representing major brands, copyright holders, and product designers. This synergy allows for identification of infringements, targeted actions, and swift responses to emerging threats. To mention some of the results that EMEA has achieved since 2020, I would like to highlight that EMEA has detected about 9,000 cases of infringement, administering fines of a total worth of about 16 million euros. And EMEA has also contributed significantly to Greece's official removal from the US Trade Representative's Special 301 watch list in April 2020, strengthening the investment position and credibility of our country. Furthermore, the Ministry of Development, through the General Secretariat of Commerce, constantly strives for improving the regulations and national legislative framework regarding trademarks and IP protection. And to this end, we closely cooperate with both EMEA and OV in order to ensure that Greece is benefited by a modern, effective, and robust framework so that our enforcement authorities can be effective on the field of ensuring conformity in the market. In conclusion, the protection of intellectual property is not a bureaucratic task. It is a strategic imperative. It safeguards innovation, supports entrepreneurship, and defends consumers in the digital era. It demands tools, though, agile institutions, above all, partnerships based on shared responsibility. Greece, through the General Secretariat of Commerce, EMEA and OV, is actively contributing to this European and international agenda. We are committed to further strengthening our enforcement capabilities, expanding digital surveillance, and deepening our cooperation with stakeholders, public and private, national and international. So, let us work together to ensure that creativity, innovation, and fair competition are not only protected, but also rewarded here in Europe. Thank you very much.